Now I am at the end of round 23. So basically I've just added another 2 extra rounds by not recording step by step, because the pattern exactly is staying the same as we've done on round 21. So basically we had to skip the first double crochet and the last one, and in each round now we have to work exactly the same. So we have to skip the first double crochet and the last one. So in round 22 we've got 6 double crochets, in round 23 we've got 4 double crochets. The difference is that here we have to skip 2 double crochets in each round, and basically between each shells, so we had 2 chain free spaces, then 3 and 4. We have to add 1 extra chain free space and 1 extra double crochet in each round. So that's it basically. So the pattern is staying exactly the same. We have to skip 2 double crochets and add 1 extra chain free space. So as you can see, we had 1, then 2, 3 and 4. So now just go back to your work, continue with round 22 and 23, and I will go back to you in a minute to show you how to start and work round 24. So in round 24 we will start by making chain of 2. So it will be, instead of first part of the double crochet, and now into the next 3 stitches we have to work only first part of the double crochet. So we are going to work 3 double crochets together. It should be 4, but we are at the beginning of our round, so we've got chain of 2 and then 3 double crochets together. So now we should have 4 loops on the hook, 1 from each stitch, and we can work through all 4 loops. Chain of 3, so exactly the same, and shell into the shell. So now the pattern will be exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2, then another 5 double crochets in the same stitch, 5 double crochets together, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain of 3, double crochet in first chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, and again we have to work 5 double crochets together. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2, then another 5 double crochets together in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 loops, we can finish the stitch. So in this round we've got 5 chain free spaces, and we have to work 4 double crochets together now. So chain of 3, into the next 4 stitches we have to work first part of the double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, so last loop each time need to stay on the hook. 2, 3 and 4. This time we should have 5 loops on the hook, 1 from each stitch plus 1 from chain space. Now we have to work through all 5 loops, chain of 3, and again 5 double crochets together into the next chain 2 space. 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2 and another 5 double crochets together. So on this pattern we have to continue all the way around. So after our last shell we have to work chain of 3 and then slip stitch on the top of 4 double crochets together at the beginning, basically on the top of 3 double crochets together. Now we have to work slip stitch into the next 3 chain stitches into the top of 5 double crochets together and slip stitch into the chain to space. So we are going to start from chain to space, and again now chain of 2 and then 4 double crochets together. So we are going to make shell in previous shell exactly the same as on the previous runs. Now we've got 5 loops, we can finish the stitch, chain of 2, then 5 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3, double crochet in chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, then into the next one, chain of 3 into the next, chain of 3, and again into the chain to space we have to work shell. So we've got 2, 4, 6 chain free spaces now. So 5 double crochets together, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2, then again 5 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now chain of 3, and we have to skip chain free space, 4 double crochets together and another chain free space, and we are going straight to the next shell, and we have to work another shell in chain 2 space. So 5 double crochets together, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2, then 5 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now again chain of 3, double crochet in first chain free space, then chain of 3 and double crochet in each of the next 4 chain free spaces, and we have to repeat what we've done from the beginning. So 6 chain free spaces, then shell, chain free, another shell, and continue all the way around. At the end of our run, instead of the last chain of 3 and slip stitch, we will work double crochet on the top of 4 double crochets together. So basically we are starting straight from the chain space, and we've got round 26. Now we have to work chain of 2 as a first part of the double crochet, then we have to work shell, so 4 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain of 2, then 5 double crochets together in the same chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So our shell is done. Now chain of 3, double crochet into the first chain free space, so the chain to space from the center of the shell we have to skip, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, So we've done 3 double crochets, and now without any chain stitches we have to work treble crochet into the next double crochet after the last chain free space. As we've done double crochet, now we have to work treble crochet, chain 1, and again treble crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, then again into the same stitch, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet. So we have to work 5 treble crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces between, so all in the same stitch. Now again double crochet into the next chain 2 space without any chain stitches. Now chain of 3, double crochet in next chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet into the next chain free space, chain of 3, then we have to skip our shell, and into the chain free space between 2 shells we have to work another shell. So 5 double crochets together, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 2 and another 5 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain of 3, and from now we are going to continue exactly in the same way as we've done from the beginning. So we have to work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, then another shell by working 5 treble crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces, another 3 double crochets and 3 times chain free space into the chain free space from the previous round. After first shell we have to work another shell, and then exactly the same all the way around. At the end of our round we have to work the last chain free and slip stitch on the top of 4 double crochets together. And now we are going to start round 27 by working slip stitch into the chain 2 space, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 3 as a chain free space, double crochet into the first chain free, chain of 3, double crochet into the next chain free space, chain of 3, double crochet into the next chain free space, then one more time chain of 3. Now we have to skip 2 treble crochets, 2 chain 1 spaces, and into the third one we have to work exactly the same. So into the third double crochet we have to work 5 treble crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got 5 treble crochets. Now chain of 3 again, double crochet in first chain free space. So the rest 2 treble crochets and first double crochet we have to skip, double crochet into the first chain free space and chain of 3, double crochet into the next chain free space, chain of 3, then double crochet into the next one, chain of 3, then double crochet in chain 2 space, so in the center of our shell, chain of 3, double crochet into the next chain free space, chain of 3, then into the next chain 3 space. So basically now we have to work double crochet in each chain 3 or chain 2 space before the group of 5 treble crochets. So now I've got the last chain 3 space. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and now 8. So 8 chain 3 spaces. Now we have to skip double crochet, 2 treble crochets into the third treble crochet. We will work 5 treble crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. So exactly the same as we've done at the beginning of our round. And this pattern we are going to continue all the way around. So basically at the beginning we've done 4 chain 3 spaces, and at the end we have to add another 4, then slip stitch into the top of chain 3. So our pattern will be looks exactly the same as we've got now. Now we've got the last one round. This is round 28, and after slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Now, so we are exactly at the top of our double crochet. We have to work first chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and double crochet into the top of chain 3. So basically on the top of the first double crochet, then one more double crochet into the same stitch. So we've got some kind of V-stitch, but we've done double crochet and chain of 4 at the top. Now we are going straight to the next double crochet, and we have to work exactly the same. So double crochet, chain of 4, then double crochet on the top of the same double crochet, last one, and one more double crochet in the same stitch, and again into the next double crochet, exactly the same, double crochet, chain 4, then double crochet in our last double crochet, then double crochet into the same stitch, and again. So basically this pattern we have to repeat in each double crochet from the previous round. We are working V-stitch in each stitch until our group of 5 treble crochets. So now I've done V-stitch into my last double crochet, so I've got 4 V-stitches already, and now we have to work treble crochet into the third treble crochet, so into the center one, and again chain of 4, double crochet on the top of the treble crochet, then another treble crochet into the same stitch. So we have to work another one more time 5 treble crochets, but this time instead of chain 1 space we have to work chain of 4 and double crochet into the last treble crochet. This is not treble. One, 2, 3 and 4, then double crochet, and again 1, 2, 3, then chain of 4, double crochet on the previous, on the same treble crochet. So I've got 4, one more treble crochet, and now again the same as we've done here, without any chain stitches. We have to work first double crochet into the first double crochet after a group of 5 treble crochets, so chain 3 space we have to skip, and we are going to continue exactly in the same way as we've done at the beginning. So chain of 4, double crochet in our last double crochet, then one more double crochet in the same stitch. Then we have to go to the next double crochet, and again double crochet, chain of 4, double crochet on the top of the last double crochet, then one more double crochet into the same stitch. So now we have to work with 8 V-stitches, so exactly the same as we've got number of double crochets, and into the third treble crochet we have to repeat what we done here, and then we need to continue this pattern all the way around. At the end we have to work slip stitch into the top of chain 3. So at the end of our work I just used hot iron to make my doily flat. So basically, if you would like to have this part very nice and pretty, you will have to block this doily, but I am quite happy so how the doily looks at the end. So basically I am using only hot iron. That's it for today. Thank you for being with me to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell next to the subscribe button, and see you in the next tutorial.